Hey everybody, it's finally time for an unnecessarily comprehensive reading of Curse Night, going line by line. Hey folks, I'm back with another Calli reaction. Why am I calling this a comprehensive, you may ask? I'm hoping to really dig deep into the song as it's kind of written with a lot of buried feelings. Calli is already known for placing double meanings and hidden messages all over, and Curse Night is probably her most muddled and misdirecting. I don't know how long this video is going to be, especially since I tend to do all of these in a single take, but it might break 20 minutes for all I know. As a VTuber, I feel there's a different sort of interpretation I can come out of this than say all the rap artists doing the same thing. Because when I was like listening to this song, all I could think of, wow, I know that she's like venting her own feelings, but I understand like some of this from a streamer perspective. Either way, let's get right into this. This is Curse Night by Calliope. Off with that. I'm planning to go through this as line by line as possible.
The days are blending together, pretending like I don't notice, drawn into mental fog so thick my hands might close where my throat is. Not gonna.
Yo, already coming in with it going hot. The days are blending together, pretending like I don't notice. As a VTuber, as a streamer, sometimes right after a stream, you just kind of like pass out or just so tired, you kind of like fade off. And then the next thing you know, it's the next day and you're like, all right, I got to stream again. And I tend to stream like 3 days in a row. And sometimes by the end of like the second or third day, I still think it's almost the first because there wasn't really much of a break in between at all. Going back to where she goes, drowning in mental fog so thick, my hands might close where my throat is. I tend to see this as both, she might be going for the more direct line of, it feels like she's dying, but also I see the whole, my hands might close where my throat is. It sounds like to me her own voice is being choked out because of how much her like mental fog has taken her. Like she can't say the words she wanted to say. Like let's a little bit further. It goes on a little bit more.
My clothes where my throat is, not gonna rap that I'm cursed. My words got heavy, and sure enough, the steady ebb and flow of life subsided, but I wasn't.
I'm not gonna rap that I'm cursed. My words got heavy. Here, it feels that she's definitely talking. That her words are both one, she doesn't really want to share all this depressive, heavy stuff. But at the same time, the double meaning here is that her words have a lot of weight. In an instant, if she makes a single tweet or sends a single message, it can go through, I don't even know how many followers she has right now, but so many people will instantly tune in, like, and see it and read too much into it like I am. Her words have a lot more weight than it ever did before.
I'm cursed, my words got heavy, and sure enough, the steady ebb and flow.
The steady ebb and flow of life subsided. Her regular life has faded away.
Life subsided, but I wasn't.
And she's not ready for all this. She kind of with Hololive and Holomyth, she kind of, her entire lifestyle changed in the span of a few months. From what I'm aware of, she ended up quitting her job and now she can like get a better apartment and all these other things. Her life has completely changed and she wasn't ready for this. It's overwhelming.
Last night I thought up a song, but I'm too wired to hum it. Inspired sight like tunnel vision on the life I...
Last night I thought up a song, but I'm too wired to hum it. The mental fog is so heavy on her.
Last night I thought up a song, but I'm too...
But she's so overwhelmed by everything that she can't really sing or say the things that she wants to say. This is where I was coming from with the my hands might close where my throat is. She's been so busy thinking about like the VTubing, the streaming, everything else, that maybe her own words and her own songs aren't going to come out.
Wired to hum it. Inspired sight like tunnel vision on the life I got.
An inspired sight like tunnel vision on the life I got from it. Maybe the songs that she's trying to focus on right now instead is it's talking about how the songs that she needs to write need to be hollow for Hololive rather than her own.
Got from it, not tired yet, right? Huh, it's fine, I'll tell you that much.
She's not gonna tell you that she's tired. That she's just gonna tell you that she's gotta keep going. It's fun, she'll tell you that.
Adventures out to.
But at the end of the day, adventures ought to be she wants to focus on the positives. She wants to focus on all the good things, and this journey that she's on right now as like right now, she's trying to make it positive, but
Be remembered as such, but I'm not well. Not today, not tomorrow. These souls inside my pocket are just.
okay, I'm reacting to this like so much already because I keep doing this pause and start thing, and I know some people have been a little pissy about it, but like I feel there's a lot that needs to be taken into this. So these souls inside my pocket are just sanity I borrow. It can mean either the sanity that she has right now either comes from the people in her pocket, which can also mean like, people that you're like you'd say in charge of. But so you can say that it could be her fans, but also at the same time, it could be the people directly supporting her. The people directly supporting her, say her manager, maybe the Hololive, like other members, they're the only things that's keeping her sane.
Sanity I borrow, sayonara to the sorrow of eternity alone. Yeah, right. Part of the joke is that it's all that I've.
How's that not more obvious? All she's known is like she's not going to be sad about being alone forever because it's the only thing she's ever really dealt with. This goes back a little bit more into the hook, and like I'm going to save reading the hook until the very end, I think, because I'm just pausing and starting so much just to like read into every single line.
No, it's just a fight can help that I romanticize your concern. Now I can fantasize forever if you never say the words goodbye.
It's just if I can't help that I romanticize your concern, like she's positively trying to like interpret everyone's like concern as very a happy thing, and she can kind of pretend that as long as no one ever says goodbye. But here's where another double meaning comes in. This fantasy, this whole thing, like as Calliope, only really ever lasts as long as say Hololive or you fans never get tired of her. As long as you don't get tired of her and she doesn't get graduate out of nowhere for some reason, she can keep on this fantasy, all of this. But at some point, you all, us as fans, can say goodbye to her one day, and it's all gone. Everything that she's built up as Calliope, gone in an instant. It's possible. We've seen it happen.
This tainted mindset really must go free. Finding someone so fucking wonderful when I'm just so me.
Tainted mindset must go free. She's trying to get rid of this negativity behind her, and finding someone so wonderful when she's just so me. I think she's trying to talk about. I think she's kind of speak a little bit from behind Calliope as well. The whole idea that you think that she's so wonderful, but deep inside, she doesn't necessarily see why you get why you get that feeling from her. I don't know. Oh, how many times? God, it's already been like 8 minutes. I've only gone 1 minute in. Let's go.
Searching by city light, you'll never find me running through a cursed night. Do you have a death wish? Shut the lid tight. It's complicated. Could you not look inside? It's complicated. Somehow I'm just a page in, but I've cried and I've grown to shut away the conversations of my highs and lows. You've been a man in me, I know. Lean back in the cracks of my past. It's kind of funny. Got sick of the trick of myself into thinking that others are only.
Laid back in the cracks of her past is kind of funny. She in her past that she spent her life tricking herself that like okay, how can I really read this? Got sick of the tricking myself into thinking others were only run from me. I think she's admitting that she's only thought that people run away from her, and I think she's now admitting that the truth is that she actively pushes people away. Got sick of tricking myself into thinking that others would only run from me. It's kind of like in the past, you think it's other people as to why they don't like you or like why they don't hang around you. But you know,
Run from me, because as you know, I'm death. You heard about me. I'm kind of famous now, it's awkward. But welcome to my constant state of mind, like, could you knock first?
words I can't say, they don't reach my ears. The words I can't say, everyone's worries that don't reach my ears. As much as everyone's concerned, she can't really focus on that because she needs to be focusing on moving forward and being positive. Because if she, I think she's trying to say right now is if she stopped running away from her problems, if she stopped to just pause and think, everything would catch up to her.
Every time your kindness is making my chest unbearably tight, but not for the first time. A terrible night for a curse.
Terrible Night for Curse is just a reference to Castlevania too. But I think she's also kind of course, I think she's like putting this as a metaphor as just like having a bad night where you just like let the bad thoughts in. But it's also Castlevania too.
But don't you worry, cause it hurts fine. Drunk, lost, Calliope, wandering Rengoku, she enlightened me. This what they call a sunk cost fallacy, frightening.
Drunk lost Calliope. Does she have a drinking problem? We don't know. Wandering Rengokushi, that means purgatory. And so she's wandering purgatory. She's kind of like in this fugue, not really getting where she is or why she's there, but she's just wandering in it. I guess that's where the sunk cost fallacy comes in. She could be talking about like her various problems and why she's still there, but also she could be talking once again as Calliope, like she went into Hololive as a whim, and now she's going deep. She's going head deep because she's all in. And once you're in, you kind of have to just keep going and keep going until hopefully like it breaks even, or you finally like the more you invest into something, the more your brain tricks yourself into thinking that you need to keep going on with the thing in order to just because you've already put in so much time. That's what a sunk cost fallacy is. And she's wondering, maybe is she wondering if her time as Calliope is part of a sunk cost fallacy? I don't know.
In spite of things I want toss my way, I'm looking everywhere at once and months are passing like days. By myself is just better, I know I say that a lot, but if somebody holds you back, then you cannot become God. Lost in the night, can I, hostile hostage or free? These childish eyes will only show my mind what I want to say.
I actually got lost in there for a little bit because I was just listening to the music.
I know I say that a lot. Looking everywhere at once and months are passing like days. By myself is just
there's a running theme of isolation through this entire song. She's constantly talking about how the words like shut, closed, isolated, like she talks a lot about being alone and feeling completely by yourself. And that's like very legit. And here, I think it talks in maybe like a romantic or even a friendship
I know I
sense.
say that a lot, but if somebody
And she's admitting that a lot of that is because of herself. I think even here, if she lets other people hold her back, then she can't achieve her greatest potential. And I think in a way, she's also talking about the physical body. Her physical body, like the only thing perhaps keeping her from like achieving everything is that her own body gets tired and it has wants and needs and like the depression. That's for all we know. That's even like that's even like a body thing. Just it speaks well to me because as a streamer, I kind of have this opinion that if you take a break in such a competitive environment, that's death to a streamer. That's you're gone. If you just stop posting for 1, 2, 3 weeks, people forget about you. If your own body holds you back, if you physically get too tired to keep going, that kills your career. As a streamer, as a VTuber, we don't have much choice. You kind of have to go in. That sunk cost fallacy, we have to go all in. If you don't go all in, if you let anyone, partner, friends, people telling you to take a break, hold you back, you might not ever be able to achieve your full potential. Damn.
body holds you back, then you cannot become God. Lost in the night, I hostile hostage of free. These childish eyes will only show my mind what I wanna say.
Here she's talking about confirmation bias. She only focuses on and accepts the things that she herself is okay with hearing. These childish eyes of mine will only show what I want to see. I don't think I said that line right, but it's just she'll find any excuse to confirm, yes, I need to keep going. Yes, I need to keep working. Yes, I need to do all these things. Because the red flags just blur away into spotlights. All right, hook time.
Searching by city light, you'll never find me running through a cursed.
Searching by city light, you'll never find me running through a cursed night. You can take this as a couple of things. One, you could take this as you'll never find me in a city because I'm running around in like the dark corners of my mind where you will never find me. Or alternatively, you'll never find me by city light because I'm in my room alone. There's been constant reference to isolation. She is alone, having a really bad night.
Do you have a death wish? Shut the lid tight. It's complicated. Could you not look inside? It's complicated.
This is where I kind of feel bad because she put out the song, so it's trying to like vent it all out, but at the same time, throughout the song, she repeatedly asks you, "Do you want to look inside? Could you not look inside?" I'm actually worried that by doing this song, by doing this analysis, is this against her wishes? I'm not sure. I honestly don't know. I hope it's not. But she also says, "Do you want to see it? Look for yourself." It makes it conflicted. This is part of the reason why I didn't really want to get into this song, but I feel it just has so much into it that's really good for anyone's ears. Any content creator, any streamer, this is important for you to hear.
Somehow I'm just a page in, but I've cried and I've grown.
Somehow I'm just a page in. Her journey's just started. It's only been a few months since they debuted. Has it been just over half a year? That's not that long. But I've cried and I've grown. She's cried and she's grown. One, she's learned to not worry too much about the highs and lows, but at the same time, her size is so big that she can't really focus on too much about what other people are talking about. When everyone is constantly talking about Calliope, go on Twitter, go on 4chan, go on Tumblr, everyone is talking, like a lot of people are talking about Calliope, and she can't keep up with all Reddit, yeah, as well. Like she can't keep up with all that to the point where you just kind of have to shut away of everyone else talking about this and just focus on what you gotta do. She's grown big enough that as much as she possibly wants to hear what people have to say about her highs and lows, she can't actually keep up. Do you want to be able to see this? You want to see her sadness? This is bad night? You want to understand her?
Wanna see it? Fine. This time, look for yourself.
In that case, when she says this time look for yourself, she's saying that's the last I'm going to talk about this. If you want to know more, you're going to have to look into it because you're going to have to read into this because this might be the last time she talks about it. This is such a good song. It's such a good song, and as a streamer, it speaks out volumes to me. Either way, thanks for listening. Thanks for listening. I'm D. I stream Friday, Saturday, Sundays at 2 o'clock at Dice Queen D on Twitch. I hope you can catch me. Or leave a like and a follow or a subscribe or something. You guys have a good night. And I hope you don't have... I hope when you guys have cursed nights, you can find people to help. Good night, everybody.